I think personality influences how
The song.
somebody likes you, influences the song so much. You could just see it's just more like even a normal person. Let's not just call celebrities right now.
Yeah.
But even a normal person,
People.
by the time you see somebody, you be like, whoa, I love this guy's haircut, his looks. Like,
Like
wow,
the-
I like. Then you start loving everything
Thing
he
about the
does,
person.
everything about the person.
Do we agree that we did listen to them back then because of what they brought to the table, the words, the way they narrated their stories, and how we navigate with them? And then right now, do you think there's any artist you comfortably refer your child to listen?
Local stories, global insights. This is the OyaGistme podcast.
Life totally gets boring when there's no gist to keep you going. My name is Chinedu Digo.
And I am Meglina Otu
This is the OyaGistme podcast where we bring you local stories.
with Global Insights.
Today on the session, we'd like to talk about something, we feel like everybody would like to share their ideas on, but we would be leading the
yes.
conversations first. So people can just keep your comments in the comment section here. So, do we actually like good music, or we're just intertwined with what's trending? We're talking about music, literally. So, do we like the music, or we just go with what's trending? It's funny, yeah, it takes you off guard. So for me, I feel like
Actually, yeah.
I feel like we've gotten to the year and age and time where people just want to vibe with what everyone is vibing with,
yeah.
and not necessarily the quality of, or if the song is really good. It's like if you walk into a bar and this particular song is trending, there's this catchy attention where you want to, flow with the crowd, and then you go download and you start listening to it and you're like, okay, does this really make sense? Or because my friend is playing it, because it's everywhere. So for me, I feel like where we are right now in the world, it's more about what's trending. It's no longer about if the song is really good. Do we like the lyrics? Do we flow with it? It's more about
No, but there's actually people that still love good music. Like, I love good music. Like, most times if you ask me, trending music, like nowadays music, put it that way. Yeah. I don't know, but if it was far off or before, you find out that you're even very interested in learning the lyrics. You vibe to the lyrics. You want to know more about the song. But these days, I don't even know if there are songs or not. I just vibe to it, like, oh wow, it's a trending song. I've heard it. I hear it everywhere I go. So I just vibe with it. But I still think there are still people that love good music.
So, but would you do good music, or would you rather stick with what's trending? So,
Seriously, I love good music actually. Sometimes I don't even go with what's trending. If you check my
music
my
library.
music library, you won't find trending songs in there. I just vibe to them. I just love good music. Like, gone are those days where we have good music, that when you're
good lyrics.
when you're sober, you want to listen to them.
The words.
When you're angry, you just want to listen to. When you're sleepy, something to make you sleep.
Go with the flow.
Just go, exactly. But these days, I don't know what's happening.
It's like
although we love the trend.
It's like everybody just wants to come into club and start moving body. Like,
exactly. This is the dance era, I think so.
Why is it the dance era? Why is it no longer about what we put into feed our minds with?
I think everything is evolving. That's the way I see it. Things are changing. So gone are those days where we just listen to, during the, I've forgotten the generations, this generations far back, They just want to listen to good music and then just shake their bodies and they feel it. But these days, we want to have dance steps, vibe to particular things, you just want to dance.
So we agree that the world is fine-tuning to the idea of, the idea of quality music, or they've left quality music and just what's trending.
I just feel they've left let's say they've left quality music.
So name one artist. Name one artist. Name one artist that does that for you. Name one artist that you feel have left, no longer give us something quality, but just want everybody.
Lucy, don't post me.
Let's get to that point. Let's get to that point. But who do you think is that particular artist that does that for you? That, for that particular person, it's more about what, you put something out there. It's not longer about the lyrics. It's no longer about what people think about the words. I think for me, it's Naira Marley. I'm bold enough to say it. For Naira Marley, it's more about, you've got songs now where you've got Nyash, you've got this, you've got sex, and so it's more like sex sells now. Everybody's trying to say something with sex related.
This is recent music.
Which one?
Dream.
Bro!
You said
that?
No,
so,
when I heard
so
it,
you
I was
agree?
like, what's going on here? Like, what are we doing?
And the funny thing is, songs like this come to trend, and nobody's calling, nobody's saying, let's really, really look into this, look at the wording, and see if this is good for the society.
No.
It's like we're not there.
Just vibe. Like the first time I even heard that song, I think it was someone that used it for a content. They were just dancing, and I was like, wait, what did I just hear? Make that. What is this? That was when I had to go and check, and I'm like, Naira Marley again.
So is it good for the society? Is it something we should embrace? Do we keep embracing artists who no longer care about the lyrics of the songs, but just put something out that people can vibe to, and then go waste their money in clubs and then go back home?
Before, the meaning or what we thought music was, or the meaning of music is one's expression, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now people express different things. Back then, people could express themselves, express what they're going through
songs.
Tell their stories through music,
song,
and we learn a lot from there. Now these days, Ozeba. I don't know.
So I mean, I gave Naira Marley. Who's that person? Who's that artist?
That's Rema, actually.
Yeah, that's Rema. Okay.
Like, I love the beats.
Yeah.
I love the way.
So for you, it's just the vibe of the song, and not necessarily the lyrics of the song.
This song is just to vibe and not the lyrics, because if you want,
but why are we here?
Music,
how did we get here?
I don't know.
do we say Nigerian artists became so desperate that they decided to go with the flow of the people? Because at some point it felt like people were no longer. So excuse me, ignore me saying this here. I feel like going to a song because of how you feel and the lyrics are basically more now fine-tuned to people who are intelligent. Excuse me, but I feel like only intelligent people worry about the lyrics of the song and how it impacts them. Now, the ones who are unintelligent don't really care about the wordings of the song, but just how to vibe with the song.
It now really shows that,
the illiterate society is booming.
Exactly, it's really booming. People don't really care. Do you think young children or youths are ready to learn or read? Nobody has that time. People will tell you, "Oh, school now scam. What the hell am I going to school to do?"
How did we get here?
Exactly. Now, people no longer bother about what a sentence is, if it is right or wrong.
Should it come out?
Should it be said out or not? People don't care. You can imagine there was this particular video, James Brown. Him, he likes Bagam so much. And sometimes when he says things, he goes off and then says the wrong words, and then people don't. People just keep saying it. They feel it's a normal thing. Exactly, it becomes a norm.
This is really sad.
I wonder where we're going to, and then tomorrow we say we want a better Nigeria or a better world.
When the music
For
industry
crying
is
out
already
loud, of
infested.
course, it will never work. Unless we have to come back to ourselves. Back in those days where people would tell you, wow, this is what you should do. These are the things you should do as an individual. Spend your time doing the right things that will make you grow. You learn from them. You do this, you do that. But these days, no.
Because growing up as a younger person, for me, it was more about the lyrics and the words of the song.
Exactly.
My dad, God rest his soul, used to be an artist. So we had a collection of songs. We had we had Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Michael Jackson, and them all. So it's like every Saturday you listening, growing up into that, that younger child. For us, it was more about the lyrics of the song. Because when your papa played this song, you'd have to say, why this man listen to this song? Do you understand?
Exactly.
So and then it was the words. So I did learn a whole lot listening to the songs. It's like you listen to the words, the way they pronounce it. So it's a form of knowledge, learning.
Yes.
And growing up into that era, it was amazing because I'm here right now. I can put every single words together and know the meaning, because back then you listen to the words and you go use your dictionary.
Yes.
It's like, Celine Dion sang something and then there's a word she used and you're like, okay, I need to go and know the meaning.
So I can use it too.
So it was really amazing. But we're now in an era where the wrong words are getting famous in the tongues of artists and listeners, and everybody just wants to. It's actually
influencing the entire society these days.
So it breeds and gives room for illiteracy, and then it reduces the idea of learning and yearning for more education.
Yes.
So diving into streaming, do we believe the stream? Because they make it look like the numbers are real. So do we agree that the numbers are really real, or are they just faking it? Because one artist comes like, oh, my song is streamed around the world.
Yeah,
my song is
actually topping the charts.
It's topping the charts. So do you think there's a hanky panky going on behind closed doors, or we should just go with what we're saying?
Hanky panky. So I heard.
Yeah. Tell us what you heard, girl.
Have you heard?
No, tell me. Tell me.
I heard I heard it's some sort of hanky-panky games going on. That it's actually not
real as it seems.
Well,
you don't know what you want to.
I don't know. I can't see anything.
And you want podcast for artists for podcast?
Mouths.
So one time there was this video trending on social media. I think it was on Instagram, and it was a room locked with lots of phones, like phones up to the number of 1,000 in a particular room, and every single phone had data and was streaming a particular song.
Of course, people do that.
And it turned out artists go there to that particular center and then pay these people to stream those songs.
I think it's possible.
You think it's possible?
Yes, I think it's possible.
Well, it was
because
trending.
if you can have not yet
So it's like a black market.
Well, if you can have different phones, and then use different accounts, to now comment and like your own
post.
What's not possible in Nigeria?
So we agree. Some of the numbers aren't real, yeah.
They ain't real.
So, well, which artist do you think does that for you? Does all this behind closed doors and comes like, hey, I'm trending. Hey, my numbers are trending. Oh, my numbers
actually
are high.
cannot say.
You cannot say.
No beef for my mouth. We never hear them.
So do we like the artists or their personalities? So do we listen to their songs, or we just like them for who they are, and we want to vibe with what they bring to the table?
Okay, basically,
without calling up,
basically, I think personality influences how somebody likes you, influences the song so much. You could just see it's just more like even a normal person. Let's not just call celebrities right now.
Yeah.
But even a normal person,
people,
by the time you see somebody, be like, whoa, I love this guy's haircut, his looks. Like, wow, I like. Then you start loving everything he does, everything about the person. Okay. So I think personality too influences the song.
Yeah.
But sometimes from a song, you love the personality. So it's actually both ways. So yeah.
But for me,
that's what I think.
I feel like at some point it gets to a point where you call a spade what it is.
Yeah.
So just because you like someone and then they have an attribute that don't really work for you, I feel like you should be able to call, put a difference, put a thin line between who they are and what they bring to the table. I feel like if your song isn't good, just because I like you, don't mean I should relate, I should applaud what you bring, the kind of songs you do. Your personality differs from. I feel like fans should get to that point where I feel like when they're not totally obsessed with the person and then ignoring that we're not all perfect. Some persons have their flaws and their errors, and they're still humans at the end of the day. So we don't. But fanning people and then being overly obsessed with them is a problem, and it's something we should really look at as humans.
It's something we should really look at. Yeah, because the whole controversy is going on Twitter, Instagram about.
Just like, oh, do you like the video? Do you like
Wizkid? Even when you know that this person's song at this time is not what it is, because you love the person, and then you see fans fighting and insulting themselves, backlashing themselves on social media platforms and all of that. So you guys take note. Take note. I think we should start changing this right now. We should love music for what it is. We should love the lyrics for what it is, and not the other way around.
So who does it for you though? I mean, talking about fans and people who get influenced, the fans that praise more. Davido or Wizkid? We're going to do that now.
See something we're preaching about.
We're in that space now. I mean, you guys can leave your comments in the comment section, but let's have that argument now.
No, seriously, for me, Davido.
I agree there are other artists to go to. Feel free to mention any of them, but Davido or Wizkid, because it's not like the ones who the fans like to have.
Yeah, no. Are you talking about no, Davido or Wizkid? Like, who does it, or
who does it for you? I mean, for you, it can be generally. We don't have the right to talk for. Oh, Weezy. Y'all now know, yeah?
I didn't say anything, or did I mention anybody?
But that's a slogan for one person. Who's that?
Right?
I know.
That's Weezy.
I know. Tell him.
That's Wizkid.
It's Wizkid for you.
Yeah.
So do you think his numbers are real? Do you think he brings something legit to the table? Do you think he's still the Wizkid we used to know?
No. For me, I don't think he's the Wizkid we used to know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then I remember I used to be a fan. When his songs came out, like when he started with Holat Your Boy. Then I was always vibing.
Pakurumo and all that stuff.
You get?
Yeah, so
the vibe is no longer, like I was a Wizkid fan because I love the songs.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, like, I can't hear another thing. Like I was like, come, who sang this song? Just I'm conversing with the voice. What's going on here? Like things have changed. It's no longer the way it used to be.
So do you think age played a particular, role in all this?
Are you sure
Is it aging or
I don't think so.
adjusting to the society?
I think it's just adjusting to
Because
society,
people now yearn for rubbish.
Exactly.
Excuse
People
my
yearn
word.
for anything. So you could just go and start hitting a band now and just instrument alone, and then you're singing something else and people vibe to it. I just think that's exactly what influenced almost what musicians nowadays do, or artists nowadays sing.
Do we call, talking about older artists here, we live in a society where we call them legends because we now have new babies in the industry who are now doing well for themselves. So, and then you notice that the fanning these people kind of did drop when these new artists emerged. So why do we call them legends?
See, I think they are legends because they are just irreplaceable. Their music,
they're irreplaceable.
Their music
Would
did
never
a lot.
be. Yeah.
You can't.
Helped us
it can
growing
never
up.
be exactly. They helped us growing up.
So this one, this one now no longer is not helping us. But go on.
And believe me, there are times that when you hear older songs, like those legend songs, right? Legendary songs.
Name one or two that did it for you back then growing up.
Oh no.
Let us have it.
So Baba now.
Whoa.
Titi Maya. Like he sings,
the songs where
his songs have meanings. They talk about what people go through. And you can actually relate to
with
them.
them.
You get there's a particular song while I was growing. I think I was like 6, 7 then when I first heard Storm is over, Storm is over. When I grew up, I was like, come, there's this particular song, Storm. I was at the university then when I had to check, I was like, it's still on my playlist till date.
Because
whenever I play that song, there's a
calmness that comes.
there's a calmness that comes. I understand the meaning,
Yeah.
and I can relate
And navigating
to it.
towards your day, knowing that
Usher too,
the likes
back
of them.
then, Celine Dion songs. Oh, I grew up listening to her song.
I would play Celine Dion overnight until the morning.
Thank
and
you.
my neighbors back in the university would be like, that guy not Celine Dion. Because so I'd rather have that song make noise than having to listen to them have conversations on the doorway. So it's like always annoying, So Celine Dion did it for me and a whole lot of other artists.
Whitney, a lot of them.
Do we agree that we did listen to them back then because of what they brought to the table, the words, the way they narrated their stories, and how we navigate with them. And then right now, do you think there's any artist you comfortably refer your child to listen? Say you're a child, you have a kid right now, or you have a younger one who looks up to you because we know music is healing to the soul.
Of course, it
so
is.
You have a child who's going through a particular phase of life. Would you refer them to go listen to a particular song and then allow it to heal them? Now, any songs of today that would really be that go-to?
Songs of today.
Yeah.
Today, you mean?
Yes, today.
Maybe I can't wrap my head around
so for older
any.
generation, yes.
For older generation, why?
So we agree they are legends because they are irreplaceable.
They are irreplaceable. Their music.
So why are they
just
losing
so unique,
fan base? Do you think they're losing fan base? First of all,
I don't think they're losing
their
fan
fans.
base
because
people still talk about them. Because I think why they are not trending is because they are not always on the surface. They're not always releasing songs exactly and dropping.
But then it was classy.
Dropping.
It was classy having to sit back, and then we didn't have there was no internet back then, so we had there was this joy in waiting for him to release or her to release that particular song, and then it sells for a longer period of time, and it's in the homes and tongues of everybody, and then at some point a new one kicks in. But then so do you think there was healthy competition back then between the artists compared to now?
Yes. I think the competition was actually healthy, even though some of them were somehow.
Yeah.
But I think compared to now,
talking about competition,
no. It's actually
it
was healthy.
Yeah. Well, talking about competition, then we had the likes of Blackface, Two-Face, and
that's exactly what my mind was when you talked about competition. Yeah. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, right.
Blackface, Two-Face, and Face.
So that era was kind of chaotic because there was always this reason to come and say, hey, I did plantation. I think they started from Plantation Boys, or am I conflicting? But then at some point, there was always this argument of I wrote African Queen.
I wrote the lyrics. You stole it from me. Or why you sang it? And then you said.
So do we call competitions back then healthy ones compared to the ones we have now?
Yeah, I think they were actually healthy ones compared to the ones we have now, because the ones back then, I think you still loved the artist irrespective of the
the
story
differences
you
they
hear,
had, yeah.
exactly, irrespective of the differences or stories you hear about them.
Yeah, about them.
But these days, it influences a whole lot of things.
Just like-
you can see somebody hating on you because you are a Davido fan,
Which is quite
exactly.
wrong.
You just hate on somebody for no reason. But then it was really so healthy because when Two-Face sang African Queen,
Yeah.
Face alone sang. There's this particular song he sang.
If you know you want to be Tuesday,
Me and the Caribbean,
yeah.
Oh, I loved that. I
Face
loved
alone. Yeah,
that
yeah, that was a very
song.
nice-
I
yeah.
loved that
So,
song so
so we
much.
had both songs doing so good for
but
themselves,
they were doing so
and the competition was
good because
healthy
the wordings were different. You know,
Yeah.
everybody had what he or she picked
from both songs.
From both songs. So for me, it was really healthy those days.
So you could relate to
Not
this
like
person and relate with this other
relate
person and
to
still have a
this
good
other
flow.
person. Exactly, and still have a good
But
flow.
now,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Not
the
like
opposite.
that. Davido, Daddy BG. You know, they start insulting themselves everywhere.
Yeah, and the fans go on and so one time Davido had a show in Abuja, and it was freaking late, excuse my language, and people had waited, and they said the show was going to start by 1, and I left a comment on, I think it was Instablog, and I said it's probably him and his family members that will be there by 1. Now, and then the fans came under the comment section. See this guy, nonsense. Who are you? Can you tie shoe? And I'm like, bruh, it not reached that level.
Exactly.
You know,
Why
it
are you
was an
taking it so
honest
deep?
comment, because if you're gonna come in late to to perform, who's gonna wait out for you in the cold? And this person went out like, oh, people showed up. Who you
But a
be?
lot of
So
people are
it's
going
like-
to wait because they are his fans and they just want to see him.
So, but training out there, can they make the competition more healthy, like it used to be back in the days? Do you think we should go
Are
back?
you sure
there?
I don't think we can go back.
So do we
I don't
do we
think we
liken
can.
the situations with the, people having problems in their daily life and they're looking for who to pour it out on? Is it frustration at some point?
I think sometimes it's frustration. So there are some comments that you don't really take to heart.
Yeah.
You just feel possible say this person is something
They go through a lot.
Exactly, it's going through a lot, and
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
people have a bad day and they just pick up on something and
Yeah.
then start
Yes.
like backlashing people
Yeah.
online and all of that. So for you, I think you should know people by now.
I mean, come on, I do.
Exactly. So you just drop your comments.
I
and
did
then
pick
you
no
go
offense
away.
though, but I'm just saying
Exactly.
it's the only point where someone can go as far as saying, we know where you stay, will come for you. So
That's
which
threat.
is, yeah, that's
Has
a
it gotten
threat.
to that?
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's where the music world is in right now. If you don't like Yemi Alade, you don't like you like Tiwa Savage. So
Tiwa Savage,
if
yeah.
someone praises Yemi Alade near you, you say, oh no, she ain't doing shit. Tiwa is doing more, and then there's a competition, and then possibly it gets physical if it's a one-on-one conversation. So I feel like people are doing way too much. They should really tone it down.
Of course.
So do we think TikTok influences the rise and fall of an artist?
Of course it does.
Or does it boost the song?
It does. It boosts the song so much. Because
why are
if
we
you see
here?
this recent, I've forgotten the song that they now dance and
Throw the hands up.
exactly
You
and
can
throw their
tell.
hands up.
Do you want to practice? Do you want to come out to camera and do it?
No, I don't.
You're about to watch my co-host do something. Come dance for the public.
So TikTok actually does. It boosts a song
Mm-hmm.
so much because it's a particular platform that makes it very
has
easy
now
for people
given-
to exactly.
it's now given
Anybody
artists-
can just come.
So-
they have lots of followers on
Do
TikTok.
you think it's-
People just vibe to it, and then it's something you could just swap now and then. You just love it and you want to vibe to the song. And
So why are we now in an era where TikTok has to define which artists should, go public, should do well in music because there's a challenge for it. So it's like every single artist now needs a challenge being sprung up so they could do well.
I just feel for me, I think it's marketing strategies too.
So did
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's actually a what's the right word for me to use
So,
right now to define
But
this?
that's saying we're now giving influencers, room to influence a song. So it's like if an artist isn't doing well, internet-wise, it it turns to Twitter. So it turns to TikTok. Why did we get to this era? That's the point. It's like why
That's
now?
because this is a digital era. We can't change it. Things are actually growing. A lot of things are evolving. Things are changing.
But you're giving
And
an
then I
you're
think
giving
you
an
have to
app.
No, you have to go to. It's not as if they are giving an app. They're actually human beings that made the app to work, isn't it?
Listen-
So for me, I just feel it's a marketing strategy. So if you want to, you can pay influencers to pick up your songs.
So, but the point is, why do we now have to pay influencers to make a song famous?
That's how they make money.
For real?
Yeah, of course.
So is it something we should embrace? That's the question.
For me, I think there are actually different marketing strategy out there for people to use.
So why go to?
It's just more like
yeah.
It's not like why go to TikTok. It's just more like, okay, you as a business owner now, you have social media platforms where you showcase what you do, and now then the era we were then was, oh, I'm actually a fashion designer and I have friends. Oh, please, I do this. So tell the next person that I do so that people would patronize me. But these days, social media has made it easy for you to grow. You can just drop what you do and someone chats you up and, hi, whoa, I love what you do. Please, can I have this outfit? And then you sell. So it's for me, I think it's a kind of marketing strategy. It has brought a lot of differences into the system. Now you don't need to wait for referrals up and down. You can just drop what you do and people pick it. Someone might just be scrolling through and then see something you do and loves it. And then
I kind of agree with you because
Yeah.
it got to some point in the world of music where artists need to beg DJs and hype men on radio and TV to promote their songs, and they weren't doing anything for them. I think the other day Yemi Alade did come online to call out some few personalities on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she
Oh.
said they keep killing her songs because like they stopped playing her songs on the radio, and their radio stations. She's called several times. She's reached out several times. She said something about not doing what she did to them, but they keep not playing her songs on the radio. While they keep skipping her songs that they play in other people's. And so it's like it kind of reduces the hard work
Of course, of an artist. Yeah.
So probably that's why people now turn to Twitter and TikTok influencers to help them post their songs. So I feel like as an artist, it is wrong. I feel like it's wrong when you've done something amazing and you want it out there, and you can't, it can't go healthy into the society if you don't tip someone off, or if you don't, pay someone to help you promote it. You now resort to Twitter and TikTok, like you said. So what happens when there's no TikTok? What happens to your talent when there's no TikTok? So I think we need to revisit.
Thank God there's TikTok.
So I feel like we need to revisit.
There's TikTok. There's not Spotify. There are there's Boomplay. There are other apps that you can actually.
How much time
You can actually drop
how much time do you spend? How much time do you spend? How much time do you spend on Spotify?
Actually, yeah.
So you see.
No, but there are
So
other
my
people
point
that
is,
play
I feel like at the end of the day, my
Spotify.
point is why have we got? How did we get to the point where your song can't just flow? People won't just play what you've done, healthy in a healthy space, and then you not having to pay some influencers or reach out to some influencers on
That's
TikTok.
because the society has changed.
Yeah.
Gone are those days where people verge for merit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nowadays people don't. Whoever has money gets the promotion.
Is it good?
That's the way it is. Even when it comes to pageants these days, if
Yeah.
you don't have money, you don't win.
Which is wrong.
Even if you're very good, yes. So it's like, I think it's a kind of a societal thing. Yes, that's what the society.
Or the people
now,
sitting at the table.
Everybody I don't read.
Yeah, the way that came out.
Everybody wants money.
Okay.
So people now don't even care anymore. Gone are those days when people say, like,
So
whoa,
is that why
I
we
love
have
this.
rubbish? Is that why we have rubbish in the ears of people?
That's
in the mouth
it.
of people?
For me, I think that's it. Before, I think then, I think when you have music, it passes through some people,
Yeah,
to
approval.
assess you for approval. Be like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is a good music that
Let's
people want to
trend
hear.
it.
These days, boy, I have 5 million, I have 6 million. I do
Go at that
some-
studio.
that's
Let's do
what's going
something.
on. For me, I just feel that's what's going on. People no longer look out
Value.
for merit or quality of songs
Hard
or
work.
the lyrics or the hard work of the artist.
Yeah.
They just go with, come on, you get money, yes. The beats call, might help you do them. Let's produce.
So I feel like we've been talking about the song. But nobody's talking about the videos, the content they put out there.
Okay.
So you watch some music videos right now. God, my goodness, don't even get me on what exactly is going
BBL
on.
girls, what is it?
So there are girls who are now twerking and seeing the need to be half naked to a song with trend. Is that something we should accept in society? That's something we should really look out for. It's like every single time an artist says, I'm dropping a song, this thing heard, Omonyashko deal.
Guys will be waiting.
So is it something good? Is it something we should always look out for?
Of course, it's not something good.
Yeah.
It's not something you should look out for because
Yeah.
these musics are being streamed on different TV stations, and then you have kids in the house that watch.
But I don't feel like the TV stations ever worry about the twerking anymore.
They don't worry about it
Because
anymore.
it's
I
what
just feel
everybody's
no. I
looking
just
for.
feel it's just very few stations that are government owned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will always tell their
Caution.
content. Yeah, their content you drop, their content we accept, and their content we
We
will
don't-
not
yeah,
promote.
yeah.
But for the ones that
Are they privately owned?
yeah,
Let
yeah.
it fly. Let it fly.
What do you expect? They just get their money. So long you pay them to promote your song, they just play it.
So what's your advice
me,
for
I don't think-
an artist who is up and coming and depending on the society for backup to take them, to listen to what they have if it's good? No, but what's your advice for an upcoming artist?
For an upcoming artist, I'll just tell you, keep trying, keep working hard.
They've done that.
And then understand the market, understand the market so
How
much.
the market works.
Yeah, don't just rely on you saying, you're waiting for approval from somebody.
Or you're waiting for someone to give you
exactly before you now put your music out there. There are lots of apps that can help you promote your songs by yourself. And if you want to take more marketing strategies, they are out there. You can pay influencers. You can tell your friends these days. If
What if
your
they can't
friends
afford?
to
What if they can't afford?
no,
Okay,
if your friends
help
to
you influence the
influencers,
song.
yeah, people can help you influence. People can just start streaming your song, and it goes everywhere.
Take it
These
from
days,
her.
if you check on some upcoming artists that Don Jazzy posts,
Yeah,
or
I was gonna-
those
I was
that
gonna
do
come into that.
cover,
Cover
backup cover for
Other songs.
for artists, you find out that people don't know them. But they just start, and then when they do what they know how to do best, they post it out there, and you don't know who comes on it or who would see it.
Yeah,
just
but
do
just
what
the-
you're supposed to do.
Do we
For me, I
agree?
just
Do we agree that the legendary artists are losing their steez?
Are they losing steez? For me,
I
I
mean,
don't
are they
think
going
they are.
off the market? Are their songs going off the market?
No, I don't think they are,
So the songs
because
are-
there are particular songs that you want to vibe to, especially when you're posting when you're posting your pictures. You
Okay.
want to think of something like, how far?
You remember
Okay,
them?
it's Ifoma by P Square. You have to go and search, and then you play. Why not go with the trend? So
Yeah.
you see, I don't think they are losing it,
Coming down.
but just that they are not. So long they're not producing songs like
Yeah.
on a daily
Basis.
You get exactly. That's why they are not trending as usual.
So do you think they will trend as usual if they collab with the new artists of today?
Of course they will.
Oh, okay.
That's another way of coming out.
Which collab are you looking out for? That's a tough one.
Let me think. It's really a tough one.
Who would
actually.
you like to see in a song with who? An old artist and new artist.
I don't know. I don't know.
Silence. I kill you.
At this moment, I don't know.
There's none.
I'm actually trying to think. Let me know about you guys, Jerry. Do tell us yours.
Well, I mean, talking about old and new. So I think I've imagined Rema and who's this older artist? Rema and P Square.
Peace Square. That's what I had in mind.
Yeah, right. There should be a flow.
Mm-hmm. Arasta and
P Square did give us
Arasta and
okay.
Two Face.
No, say link Arasta to a female artist. Or
No,
legendary
Tiwa.
old-
No, they did.
No,
I think
not
they should
that. I
have
mean,
not Tiwa.
Tiwa is still not. Tiwa is not like an
No,
old.
Tiwa is not like an
it's
old,
just like
yeah.
a new someone back in the day. For me, it's Omawumi
Or Waje.
or Waje.
Yeah.
I see a collab happening soon.
Mhm,
I mean, well,
mhm.
anyways, you all feel free to leave in the comment section who you feel should collab from the old and the
And
new
the
artists.
new.
Yeah, and many more. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section too, because we really
That's
want to
so
know what they have to
important.
say.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's all we've got for you guys today on OyaGistme podcast. My name still is Eduansom Chinedu Idigo.
And I am Miglina Otu.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms as displayed on your screens.
We'll look forward to your comments.
Sure. See ya.
Ciao.
Bye.